Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hi, Arat, welcome back. How are you?
Good, thank you. Just at the last lesson, I just forgot to join the lesson.
Oh, really? So we can remind you if I
Yeah.
know that uh, if you're not busy. I thought you were busy. That's why you could not participate in that class. So, Arat, how is everything? Everything okay?
Yes, just today we had two big tests.
Okay. Okay. Also, are you a new student?
Hi, yes,
Good. This is your first time, right?
yes.
Okay. Also, welcome then to our group. My name
Thank
is Qasim. Okay. So actually, I heard, I think, from Mr. Adalat about you with Arat, and we have one more student. We had class for about 3 or 4 weeks, I guess, right, Arat? And we actually already covered
Even more.
three chapters. The first chapter was about quadratic equations. Second chapter, it was about exponentials or indices, surds. And third chapter, it was about linear inequality. So today, actually last time we started this coordinate geometry, so we will continue from where we stopped. All right. Anand, last time we did a few questions with Eldar. You were absent. Okay. So two questions were left in this part of the chapter. As you know, in chapter 4, we have 4 sections, and that is actually section 1, the first part. And here we have some fundamental concepts about coordinate geometry. Okay, also here, how we conduct a class. I think we need to add you to WhatsApp group, okay? Here I teach. Sometimes we may have some discussion. If you have any question, anytime, you are most welcome. Feel free to ask any questions. Anytime you can just stop and ask questions. And also, if you have any problem, you can bring it here. We may have discussion, and we will try to, how to say, solve those problems. And after the WhatsApp group, also you'll have some assignments. Okay, I know you are also having some online classes from your school and you're pretty busy, but as you know, without solving problems, without practicing problems, we cannot improve your math much. So you need to try to practice. At least you have to try to solve like 40 or 50% of the questions that I shared with you. Just a second, let me just change my internets. Okay. All right. So we will continue then. Also, actually, we did some studies about this. We were solving problems, and we had 2 problems. I will finish this. Then we will talk about some a little bit different stuff about coordinate geometry. So here, problem 14. P is the point 2, 3. And Q is the 0.95. Find the equation of the line joining PQ. Okay, we know how to do that. Find the coordinates of the point where the line PQ intersects the x-axis. And the line y equals 5 is the line of symmetry of PQR. Find the coordinates of R. And calculate the area of PQR, calculate the length of PQ, and hence calculate the perpendicular distance from R to line PQ. Anyway, let's just do this one by one. So here we have 5 questions. It's all about these 2 points. Question A, it is asking that we need to write the equation of the line that is passing through these 2 points, right? And here, maybe I will draw this a bit later. And here we are talking about this line, and this is point P, and this is point Q. And also coordinates of these points are given. Coordinates of P are 2 and 3. Coordinates of Q are 9 and 5. And try this equation. As you know, we will use this formula, right? Y minus y1 over x minus x1 is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And we have already obtained this formula, Aslu. So that's why we should use it now to solve these problems. Every time we don't have to obtain this from the beginning. What is it here? Here on the right hand side, as you see, y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1, that gives us the gradient or slope of this line, right? That's passing through these 2 points. So y1, x1, if you just substitute here, y minus y1, that is 3 over x minus x1, that is 2, equals y2 minus y1. Here we have 5 minus 3, 5 minus 3 over x2 minus x1, that is 9 minus 2. Now, if you just simplify this, here we will get y is equal to 5 minus 3, 2, 9 minus 2, it is 7. So here we have 2 over 7, and to take x minus 2 to the right-hand side, x minus 2. Okay, for x, let me just use like this. And also here we have negative 3, right? Take to the right-hand side, we will have plus 3. Okay, or gradient form, that's equal to y is equal to 2 over 7x minus, here we have 2 over 7 times negative 2, that is minus 4 over 7 plus 3, which is equal to 21 minus 4, that is 17 over 7. So here we have plus 17 over 7. That is the equation of the straight line passing through these 2 points. That is the first part of this question. The second part, find the coordinates of the point where the line PQ intersects the x-axis, right? All right, how do you find this? How do you find the x coordinate or the coordinates of the point where the PQ intersects the x-axis?
You should find where the x is 0.
So that means that x-axis, y is equal to 0, right?
Yes.
Because here 2, 3, 9, 5, maybe somewhere is okay. So that means that PQ intersects the x-axis. That means that we need to find x-intercept. To find the x-intercept, question B, y should be equal to 0, right? So if you're talking about something like this is our coordinate system, this is x, this is y. And if you're talking about this kind of graph, for example, that is x-intercept, right? And this one is y-intercept. And how do you get x-intercept? As I say here, y coordinate is equal to 0. To get the y-intercept, x must be equal to 0. In this question, it is asking x-intercept, so y should be equal to 0. Now, from this equation, if y equals 0, what do we have here? 0 is equal to 2 over 7x plus 17 over 7. Now, if you just multiply both sides by 7, we will get 2x plus 17 is equal to 0. Or x equals negative 17 over 2. So dots, dots, dots. The coordinates of the point where the line PQ intersects the x-axis is, what is it? It is negative 17 over 2 and 0. So at this point, the graph or the line intersects the x-axis. Okay, Eldar, are you there?
Yes.
Very good. Question C. So now I'm going to draw this. The line y equals 5 is the line of symmetry of PQR. Find the coordinates of R. So the line y equals 5 is the line of symmetry of PQR. Also, this y equals 5, is it a horizontal line or vertical line?
Vertical.
A vertical or horizontal line?
Horizontal.
Arat?
I think it's neither of them. It should be like something like 45 degree.
No, I'm asking, the question is, this y is equal to 5. It is the equation of a straight line, right?
Yes.
So is it a vertical line or horizontal line?
Is left to right. Because I always confuse horizontal and vertical. I know it's
Okay.
left to
Let me ask like this. Okay, this x equals y. Its graph, is it parallel to the x-axis or to the y-axis?
x-axis.
It is parallel to the x-axis. That means it's horizontal line, right? Horizontal means that is parallel to the ground, right? Vertical means that is perpendicular to the ground, right? Okay, so here it says that y equals 5 is the line of symmetry PQR. But as you see here we have P and Q. And let me just redraw this. Here we are talking about this line. Okay, this line. And that one is P, okay, whose coordinates are 2 and 3. So here we have 2 and 3. And here we have Q. So its coordinates are 9 and 5. 5, right? So what is that line? Y equals 5. Actually, it is this line, right? It is this line. So the equation of this line is y is equal to 5. Okay. So it says that this y is equal to 5 is the line of symmetry of triangle PQR. So here, that's the question to find the coordinates of R. So since this one is PQ, where actually we should place the point R. So it should be somewhere here, right? Somewhere here. So if you just join this, here we will have this triangle, here we will have this triangle, maybe it's not drawn to scale, and this should be equal to this, right? So that means that that's symmetric. This point is R. This point is R. As you see here, it's just right above this x coordinate, right? So that means that it is x coordinate must be 2. You see here, P is just above this. Because without actually drawing coordinate axes, you should be able to answer this question. And how about the y coordinate of R? And as I see here, this point, what are the coordinates of this point? Let's say it is M, that's a midpoint, right? X coordinate is 2. How about the y coordinate? As you see, y coordinate is 5. And what is this distance? This distance is equal to 2 because this one is 5 and this one is 3, right? So if it is 2, then y coordinate of R must be 7 because 5 plus 2 is equal to 7. Because these distances must be equal to each other. Symmetric means this, right? So that means that if you just fold this triangle about the line of symmetry here, they will just cover each other perfectly. All right, is it clear? Also, did you understand? Is everything okay?
Yes.
Next question. Now we should calculate the area of PQR. So we know that here, maybe in very different ways, we can calculate the area of PQR. A bit later, also, we will learn how to calculate the area of any rectilinear figures. That means that if we know the vertices of a polygon, we can calculate its area directly. But here, we didn't learn it yet. So as you see here, actually, this one is the height, and that is the height. What is height? The distance between this point and point Q, or between M and Q. That's the height. And what is the base? Base is PR, right? So here, the area of triangle PQR is equal to 1/2 times base. What is base? It is PR times height. What is height here? It is MQ. Now we should just substitute the values of these variables PR. What is PR? We know that
4.
PR is, it is 2, that's equal to 4 times, how about MQ? MQ is equal to 9 minus 2, that's equal to 7. So that's equal to 14 units squared. That's the area of this triangle. And how about question D? Well, actually, that's question D. This one is question D. This one is question C. This one is question D. Now we have question E. Okay. How about question E? Calculate the length of PQ and hence calculate the perpendicular distance from R to the line PQ. So distance from R to the line PQ. And this is PQ, right? It says the perpendicular distance from R to PQ. So we are talking about this distance, right? This one. That is a perpendicular distance from R to PQ. So in the question, it says that first we need to find the length of PQ. And let's say this point is capital H. So
Teacher?
first, let's find PQ. Let's use PQ is equal to square root of the distance formula. What is it? 9 minus 2 squared. So here we have 9 minus 2 squared plus 5 minus 3 squared. 5 minus 3 squared. It's how we find the distance between 2 points, right? So that's equal to 7 squared, 49, plus 2 squared, 4. That's equal to 53. So how do you find the RH here? If you remember, we did a similar example in the first lesson. So I'll just use the area. And also, what did you say? Ara, did you say something?
I just said area.
Yes, this area, PQR, we have already calculated. Here it is 14. And also we can find the area of this triangle using this height, that is RH, right? And the base PQ. So also using this 1/2 times PQ, that's a base, times RH, right? So from here, 14 is equal to 1/2 times, what is PQ? We have just calculated PQ, that's equal to square root of 53. And here we have RH. So we need to find RH in this question. So what is RH? RH equals, multiply both sides by 2, 28 over square root of 53. Or 28 times square root of 53 over 53. Because usually we should rationalize the denominator if possible. Okay. Any questions?
No.
I have a question for you. I will ask you a bit later. Okay. A and B, we will do it together. And the C, you will try to solve it. Okay, then we will continue. And that's the last question of this section. And we will start next section after the break. All right, Arad, can you read the problem?
A revision example for in this diagram, ABCD is a trapezium with AB parallel to DC. Given that CD equals 9 units, B is the point 11, 6, C is the point T0, is the point is -2 and 0, and the area of trapezoid is 84 units square. Find the value of T.
Okay. In some different way we can solve this, but here we are going to solve this problem using coordinate system, and because coordinates are given here, so it says that this ABCD is a trapezium or trapezium, trapezoid. As you know, in UK English we call it trapezium, US English we call it trapezoid, but they mean the same thing. Anyway, ABCD is a trapezium. That means that immediately we know that actually that this side is parallel to this side. It means this, right? Trapezium means a special quadrilateral with a pair of parallel sides. That is a definition of a trapezium. Given that CD equals 9, where is CD? Okay. Using this information, actually, I can answer question A, right? Let's say here, question A, it says that the CD, the length of CD equals 9. As you see here, CD is just a horizontal line lying on the x-axis, right? As you remember, if you're given any 2 points on the x-axis, even on the y-axis, doesn't matter, the same thing. Let's say the coordinates of this point is x sub 1 and coordinates of this point is x sub 2. And what is the distance between these 2 points? How do you find this? The distance is equal to x2 minus x1, right? For example, x1 is 3, x2 is 7, so 7 minus 3 is equal to 4. That means that these 2 points are 4 units away from each other. So here, the value of t. So using this one, x coordinates, it is t here, right? And here we have negative 2. So the CD should be equal to x2, which is equal to t minus x1. x1 is negative 2, which is equal to, in the question is given, that is equal to 9 units. And now if you just solve this linear equation, we will get t is equal to, here we have t plus 2 equals 9. So t is equal to 7. So the value of t is equal to 7. That's the first part. Now question B, the length of BC. And since we know the coordinates of C, we know the coordinates of B, now we can actually find the length of BC. So what is the length of BC? That is square root of x1 minus x2 squared plus y1 minus y2 squared. That's the distance formula, right? And what is x2? Here x2 is 11 minus t. So that is 11 minus 7 squared. How about y2? Here it is 6 minus 0. That's here we have 6 minus 0 squared. So here we have 11 minus 7, 4. 4 squared is 16 plus 6 minus 0, 6 squared, that is 36. That is equal to square root of 52. Or simply we can just write as 4 times 13. That is 2 times square root of 13. Okay, that is the distance, the distance between CB and C. Now, next question. Also, Arat, Eldar, it is for you. So now you need to find the coordinates of A. Okay, I will give you 3 minutes. Try on the paper or something. And after that, just tell me the answer. If you can finish before 3 minutes, also just let me know. Okay, 3 minutes. If you're ready, you can start. Find the coordinates of A. Answer question C.
I finished.
What is it?
Minus 8, 6.
Minus 8, 6.
Yes.
Okay, how did you get it?
We should use the area and then we substitute the distance as x. When we get the x, we substitute x into the y coordinate. And so the x, oh, sorry, 11 and minus 13. 11 and minus 13.
11 and minus 13. Are you sure? What is your answer exact? Tell me.
11 is x coordinate, yes?
What are the coordinates of A?
Minus 8 and 6.
Minus 8 and 6.
Yes.
Okay. I think that's correct. I don't know. I think it looks like the correct answer. The 6 for sure is correct because it is a horizontal line that means parallel to the x-axis. So y coordinate everywhere, it is 6 because of this point, right? And here we need to find the x coordinates. Okay, so here assume that the coordinates of A are x sub 0 and 6, because we know it's y coordinate because of this, right? So, and also here in the question, the area of the trapezium is given 84. And actually, what is the area formula? Area formula is the sum of the parallel sides over 2 times height, right? And what is the height of this trapezium? The height is this one, right? And that's equal to, what is it? 6. So this h is equal to 6. This one is h, that's equal to 6. And a, we know b, so the area is equal to the first parallel side, CD. We have already calculated CD, did we? Actually, it's given, it's 9. So it is 9 plus, how about AB? AB is equal to 11 minus x sub 0 over 2 times height. And what is the height? Is equal to 6. And the area is given as equal to 84. Now, if you just solve this equation, 9 plus 11, it is 20. 20 minus x sub 0. And here we have 6 is divided by 2. That's equal to 3. On the right-hand side, we have 3 times 28, right? So from here, 3 is gone. What is x sub 0? X sub 0 is equal to negative 8. Because 20 minus negative 8 is equal to 28. Very good. All right. Also, is it clear? Did you get it?
Yes, yes.
Also, are you also studying now in grade 9?
Can you please say it again?
Are you studying in grade 9 now?
Yes.
Okay, good. And the last question here, the equation of AD, right? And what are the coordinates of A? It is minus 8, 6. So coordinates of A, let me just write here, it is minus 8 and 6. And how about the coordinates of D? Coordinates of D, sorry, coordinates of D, minus 2, 0. So here it is D minus 2, 0. Here, so here we have this kind of line, right? This one is A, this one is D. So we know how to write the equation. Y minus y1, 6, x minus x1, negative 8, equals 0 minus 6, or 6 minus 3, it doesn't matter, 0 minus 6, over negative 2 minus negative 8. So from here, y minus 6 over x plus 8 is equal to negative 6, and 6, that's equal to, what is it? Negative 1. So y minus 6 equals minus x minus 8, or x plus y is equal to negative 2. That is the general equation of the line. In different ways we can express this, and that is a general form, right? The general form is either ax plus by equals c, or sometimes also you can just do it like ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Those are actually general form of the equation of a straight line.
Teacher,
this one,
can I ask 2 questions?
yes.
Can we also write y is equal to minus 2 minus x?
Yeah, of course. Also, you can write like this: y is equal to minus x minus 2.
And
Okay.
another thing in the test, can we also write f of x?
Arat, in the test, it depends on what they ask. But usually, international exams like Cambridge exam, A-level exam, or AS level exam, or IGCSE exams, all right, they state very clearly how you should leave your final answer. Like they just say that, for example, leave your answer in the form ax plus by equals c, for example. They ask like this. Or leave your answer in the form y equals mx plus c. Or they just ask, say that leave your answer in the gradient form, for example. The gradient form means that is this one, right? Y equals mx plus c. That is one form. Another form is ax plus by equals c. Another form is x over a plus y over b is equal to 1, right? Another form, for example, here x minus y minus y1 over x minus x1 is equal to m. But usually, in most cases, either they ask you to leave your answer like this in this form or in this form. Usually. But once again, Arat, usually in international exams, especially like Cambridge exams, they state very clearly how you should leave your answer. Okay. So according to the question, I mean, you need to leave your answer. All right.
Thanks.
Okay. All right. Also, Arat Eldar, let's have break for 4 minutes. Okay. After 4 minutes, we will continue.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry?
We are not going to start new chapter.
No, new section, the second section. The first, actually, as I told you at the beginning, Arat,
Yes.
this chapter 4, we have 3 sections. If you remember, the first chapter, it was about some basic concepts, the points, coordinate system, introduction, and the distance between 2 points, and finding the slope or gradient of a straight line or any line segments. And we just did some examples related to these things. So now we are going to talk about the second section. All right, it's about midpoints and when 2 lines are parallel and when 2 lines are perpendicular. We will try to answer this question and we will solve problems involving these concepts. And the third section is about a circle. Okay. And also, actually, in this section, we will talk about the area of rectilinear figures. If you're given any rectilinear figure, that means that all sides are straight line, like triangle or any quadrilateral or pentagon or hexagon. How do you find its area if the coordinates of its vertices are given? So we will answer this question. Okay, well, let's continue. If you are there, we have maybe 20 more minutes. After that, we will finish class for today. Before I forget, let me know, I'll tell you also, Arat Eldar, next Saturday, you will have monthly test. Okay, in the test, you will have around 15 or 16 questions and you will be given 2 hours to do this test. So you have to do on that day, Saturday, and you have to send it back to me. And how to do the test, maybe I will give you some instruction in our next class. Okay?
Okay.
Good. So, the length of line segments, we have already talked about the first one. The gradient of a straight line, we also talk about this one. The equation of a straight line, also we talk about this one. Today, we will talk about these 2 things. Now, actually, if you have time, let's see. Otherwise, maybe next time we will continue from where we stopped. So midpoint of a line segment and area of a rectilinear figures. Okay. So midpoint of a line segments. So if we are given, let's say this is our coordinate system. This one y-axis, this one is x-axis. Let me change the color. So we are talking about this kind of line segments. Okay. Let's say this one is A, this one is B. And the coordinates of A are given. Let's say coordinates of A, it is x1 and the y1. And coordinates of B, let's say it is x2 and y2. The question is, maybe general question is, maybe we'll pose it later. Now, the first question is, let's say this M is the midpoint of this line segment, midpoint. That means that this AM is equal to MB. Okay. So the question is then what are the coordinates of M? Okay, I mean, without drawing this, of course, if you draw this, you can find this, but without drawing this, algebraically, how do we evaluate this? So we'll just use the similarity. So here we have x1, y1, and this one is x2, and this one is y2, right? So to do this one, we are interested about the coordinates of this M, right? So if I just draw a horizontal line from this point until here, right? And let me also join this one. So if you look at these two things, number one is we have this triangle, right? And the bigger triangle here. And what we say, what we actually can we say about these two triangles? As you see here, these two triangles are similar to each other. And when do we say that two triangles are similar? If their corresponding angles are equal, because this one is a common angle, right? And this one is a right angle, and this one is a right angle, and these angles are corresponding angles. So these two triangles are similar, right? Number one. And number two, since similar, that means that since it's a midpoint, right? This M is midpoint, and also this point must be midpoint of these sides, right? And that means that actually that big triangle is twice as big as the small triangle. That means that we have this relationship. Here we have BA over MA is equal to, let me just call this one as CA over, and here, let me just call this D, it is DA. At the same time, BC over, it is MD, right? That means that if two triangles are similar, we know that their corresponding sides are proportional. Proportional means that this relationship, right? And from here, actually, this scale factor, that's equal to 2. And that's why actually this one should be equal to this line segment. But at the same time, this line segment should be equal to this line segment. Now, assume that's the coordinates of this M, okay? So this M, let's say it is M1 and M2. So we need to find M1 and M2. So from here, if this point is M1, what is this distance? The distance is M1 minus X1. And how about the second part is equal to X2 minus M1, right? Again, I'm just using this idea. If this one is X1, this one is X2, the distance between these 2 points is X2 minus X1. Now, if you just solve this equation for M1, take M1 to the left-hand side, we have 2M1. Take X1 to the right-hand side, we have X1 plus X2, and divide by 2. So we get M1 is equal to X1 plus X2 over 2. In similar way, actually, we can obtain the Y coordinates. So M2, that M2 will be equal to Y1 plus Y2 over 2. So if M is a midpoint, then coordinates of M are, what is it? X1 plus X2 over 2 and Y1 plus Y2 over 2. That is about the midpoint. Let's see one example, simple example. Find the midpoint of 2, 5, and negative 6, 1. So question A, we are talking about, let's just draw this. Here we are talking about these 2 points. Here we have 2, 5, and here we have negative 6 and negative 1. So what will be the coordinates of this M? So by using the formula, coordinates of M will be 2 plus negative 6, negative 4, divided by 2, it will be negative 2. 5 plus negative 1, it is 4. 4 is divided by 2, that is 4. So the coordinates of the midpoint of this line segment that joins these 2 points are negative 2 and 4.
But the y coordinate, I think, is wrong because 5 plus negative 1 is 4, then 4 divided by 2 is 2.
That's right. All right, it's good. You're not sleeping. Thank you. That's right, Aras. I'm wrong. So 5 plus negative 1 is 4. 4 is divided by 2 is 2. And how about question B? Question B. If 3 and 4 is the midpoint of A and B, find the values of X and Y. So we are given, here we have A, and this one is B, right? And this one, let's say it is a midpoint, and the coordinates of midpoint are 3 and 4. Coordinates of A, -5 and 3. Coordinates of B, it is X and Y. The question is, we need to find the value of X and Y. Again, using the formula, right? X plus -5 over 2, it should be equal to 3. And Y plus 3 over 2, it should be equal to 4. So we know how to solve these equations. It is 6,
11 and
6
5.
plus 5, so X is equal to 11. And from here, Y is equal to 8 minus 3, 5. So dot, 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 the coordinates of B are 11 and 5. Okay?
Okay.
Another question, if A has the coordinates 2, -4, B, 7, 1, C, -5, -1, 5, are 3 vertices of a parallelogram ABCD. Find the midpoint of AC, question number 1, and hence find the coordinates of B. Of course, to answer this question, we need to know some properties of a parallelogram, right? What are those properties? We know that when we say parallelogram,
4 parallel line, which 2 of them are
that means
2.
opposite sides are parallel, right? Opposite sides are parallel. And the diagonals of the parallelogram intersect each other here, right? And at the point of this intersection, they bisect each other. Bisect means they divide into 2 equal parts. That means that this equals this, and this line segment equals this. So the intersection is, let's say it is M. And simply that it in intersection, at the point of intersection, right? That intersection will be, intersection point will be the midpoint of both diagonals. Okay, here, let's just start here. When you are labeling the vertices, always you need to move either clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction, right? So you cannot just write A here, B here, C here, D here. You cannot do that. So let's say this vertex is A, and this one is B, this one is C, this one is D, right? A, B, C are given. Just D, we don't know. Let's say the coordinates of D are A and B. And also M, the coordinates of M, let's say it is M1 and the M2. Okay. So what is the question? Find the midpoint of AC. Let's find the midpoint of AC. That is the first part of this question. And since M is the midpoint of A and C, right? We know the coordinates of A. That is 2, -4, and C, -1, 5. Then coordinates of M must be 2 plus -1. It is 1 over 2. That is 1 over 2. -4 plus 5. It is 1 over 2. That's 1 over 2. So the coordinates of the midpoint are 1 over 2 and 1 over 2. That's the first part. Second part, it says that hence find the coordinates of D. And how do you find the coordinates of D? At the same time, this M is the midpoint of BD, right? And the coordinates of B are 7 and 1. So this 1 over 2, right? This 1 over 2 should be equal to 7 plus A over 2. That is 7 plus A over 2. So from here, if you multiply both sides by 2, so what do we get here? A equals -7. Or at the same time, 1 over 2 equals 1 plus B over 2. 1 plus B over 2. Or from here, B is equal to -1. So dot, 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 the coordinates of D are -7 and -1. Okay?
Okay.
All right. All right, what is the temperature now in Baku?
I think it's something about 10 or 9 at
10?
the like At the like morning till like 6 o'clock. Now is 7. Now is 7.
Current temperature in Baku. Oh, it is 7. Oh
Do
my
you have
gosh.
Google Assistant as well?
Sorry?
You have Google or Siri?
Google. Google. Siri also works, but now I use Google. So it's very cold.
Google.
In here, it is very hot, you know, without AC, it's very hot. It's like 26, 27.
26?
Yeah, that's nighttime, but daytime it is 30, 35. Because
But
here it's
now
never
it's
cold, you know, it's
winter.
always hot. The minimum temperature is the whole year, it's like 24, the minimum temperature.
Where do you live?
It's always hot here.
Then how much is it in summer?
Summer, Arad, it is not like this. It is cold and very hot. It's not like this. The temperature, it does not change much here. And also like the sun sets almost the same time because it's very close to the equator. And now here we have actually 3 seasons, you know. 3 seasons means it's hot, hotter, and very hot. So we don't have cold here. It's always either hot or hotter or very hot. Now it is hot season.
You say
So
you
it's
are
like,
in Singapore or Indonesia?
huh?
You are in Singapore or Indonesia?
Right now I'm in Cambodia.
Oh.
I live in Cambodia and Malaysia. I often go to Malaysia. Also in Malaysia, I have house. Also in Cambodia, I work here. So I don't live in Singapore. Okay, I live in Malaysia and Cambodia. And when you come here, it's really very, very different. I don't know if you have ever visited this kind of country. It's always hot
I
the
did.
whole year. Just one t-shirt is enough. You know, you don't have to change. I mean, just t-shirt and the slippers. That's it. Shorts. Always hot.
Actually, here, actually, like we say, but in like my friend is in Canada, he said like the temperature is minus like 10.
Yeah. The upper part of the world, Canada, I don't know. This part is very cold. But here, this Cambodia, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, Myanmar, they are very close to the equator. And it's, I mean, it's never cold, you know. Even you cannot wear jackets. For example, here, I never wear jackets. Yeah, because if your jacket is too hot, even sometimes t-shirt is too hot. So the whole year, everything's the same. You don't feel any change. That's why I think people do not change much. Yeah, very interesting. Hopefully everything gets back to normal. And I hope you will come and see here. Maybe if you come and participate in SASMO, hopefully we will meet here. Okay, hopefully, let's see. But now, right
Teacher,
now, we don't know what happens. Because if you
But
come here, traveling from Malaysia to other countries, it's very easy and it's very cheap. If you just fly to Malaysia, from Malaysia, you can visit Indonesia, you can visit Singapore, you can visit Vietnam, you can visit Thailand, you can visit Cambodia. And the flights are very, very cheap and so easy. Traveling is so easy here. Anyway, guys, let's continue.
the test is in is online or in like the other country or is in online?
You mean school?
No, I mean the SASMO Olympiad is online or we should go like somewhere to test.
Yeah, right now it is online. I don't think because now nobody can visit Singapore. They don't allow to visit any foreigners. Right
But
now.
if Corona finish,
So, but because now nobody knows what happens, Arat. Because SASMA will be next March, for example. At the time, will it be okay or not? We don't know.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's why. Okay, also, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, also, can you read the question? And let's do this question and finish today's class.
Okay. So the line x plus 2y equals 5 meets the curve 5x 2 plus 4y2 equals to 29 minus 12x at A and B. Find the coordinates of the midpoint of AB.
Okay. Also, this one we read it as x squared, right? X squared. X squared. Or square of x. Okay, here the line x plus 2y equals 5 meets the curve 5x squared plus 4y squared equals 29 minus 12x at A and B. Find the coordinates of the midpoint of AB. So maybe this is a kind of curve. What kind of curve? I don't know. Here, I think it is it in a circle? No, it's not a circle, but it's a kind of ellipse, I think. Anyway, let's say it's a kind of curve, something like this. Okay, so x plus 2y equals 5 is a line, and it's just crossing the curve at two different points. So left one is A, and this one is B. If it is so, the question is, what are the coordinates of the midpoint of these points, right? So we need to find the coordinates of F. So to do this one, usually that is a geometry description, right? So since at this point, and also this curve and the line, they have the same coordinates. At this point, the curve and the line, they have the same coordinates. That means that we have to solve these two equations together. So we have a system of equations. One is linear, another one is non-linear. So what is one way to solve this kind of equation is substitution method. From the first equation, let's say x equals 5 minus 2y, and substitute here 5 times, what is x? 5 minus 2y squared plus 4y squared equals 29 minus 12 times x is 5 minus 2y. And what we have here, as you see, we will get a quadratic equation here. Here we have 5 squared, 25 times 5, 125, minus 5 times 2, 10, 10 times 2, 20, 5 times 20, that is 100y, plus 4y squared times 5, that is 20y squared, plus 4y squared. Take everything to the left-hand side, and 20 minus 29 minus 60, so it is plus 60, plus 24y, that is minus 24y, is equal to 0. Now let's just write this in standard form. First, simplify. 20y squared plus 4y squared, that is 24y squared, right? And minus 100y minus 24y, that is minus 124y. Here we have 125 plus 60, 185, minus 29. What is it? 85, it is 65, it is 61.
No, it should be 100 and something.
No, it is 185 minus 29. So that's 31
156.
plus 156 is equal to 0. And all these numbers are divisible by 4, even by 12, I think. No, 12. Okay, by 4, 6y squared. By 4, 31y. By 4, it is 3, 9, right? That's equal to 0. So now, can we just solve this by factorization? We can maybe solve this, or by formula, because factorization, do you think we can solve by factorization? Let's try this. 2y, I mean 3y, and this one is 13, 3, it is 6, 39. It doesn't work.
Minus 13 and minus 3.
How about 13 and 3? No.
Teacher, minus before them as well.
Minus 3 and 13.
Minus 13 and minus 3. Both of them minus.
then it is minus 26.
It doesn't work, it's 35.
No, it doesn't work. 6, 18. I think this works, I think. 6y, and this one is 13, and this 3, minus, right? 6 times minus 3, it is minus 18. Y times minus 13, minus 18 minus 13, that's equal to minus 31. So it works. So here we have 6y minus 13, and y minus 3 is equal to 0. Y equals 13 over 6, and y is equal to 3. So now if you substitute the values here, if y equals 3, 5 minus 2 times 3, that's equal to x equals -1. And here we have x equals, if it's 13 minus 6, it is 13. Let me just calculate here. 5 minus 2 times 13 over 6. That is 5 minus 13 over 2. It is minus 3 over 2. So it is minus 3 over 2. So not dot, coordinates of A are minus 3 over 2 and 13 over 6. And coordinates of B are -1 and 3, right? And using these coordinates, we can find the coordinates of M. Okay?
We should find this. Now we should find the midpoint or A and B. Oh,
We should find M, Arat. We should find M. So now we can find M. What is M?
minus, it went.
Oh, what happened? What happened? I think I erased by mistake. Anyway, so we should just add the x coordinates and the y by 2, y coordinates and the y by 2. We will get the coordinates of M, right? I think I clicked something here.
Actually, the coordinates were one of the first one was -1 and minus 3.2.
Okay. So do you remember the coordinates of A?
It was, I think, minus
3 over 2.
No, the 3 over 2 was for y coordinate.
No,
No,
x coordinates.
X coordinates were
Right? It is -1 and 3.
Actually, I don't think it was minus 13 over 2.
Yeah, plus 13 over 2.
No, the denominator was something else.
Or 7.
I think it was 7.
It was like this. 6x, here we have x, and the 13 minus 3, right?
No,
so the first one is 13 over x, 6, yes. 13 over 6, and second one is 3. Okay. So here, I mean, if you just find the M will be 1 over 2 minus 3 over 2 minus 1. That is 1.5, 1 over 2 minus 5 over 2. That's equal to minus 5 over 4. And I mean, that's M1. M2 will be 3 plus 13 over 6 over 2, which is equal to, here we have 12, 18, 31. So dot, the coordinates of M are -5 over 4 and 31 over 4. I mean 12. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, guys, that much is enough because I have another class now. They are waiting. So I have to stop now. I have already shared the assignments. Okay. So next Saturday, you will have quiz from chapter 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, that is a monthly test. And I will see you on Monday. If you have any question anytime, just feel free to contact me. You can just drop your message in WhatsApp group, okay? All right, Ara, thank you very much. Also, nice to meet you. Eldar, take good care of yourself. Have a nice weekend. See you next Tuesday. Okay, guys.
Bye, Mr. Kasim.
Bye.
Bye-bye.